Hey there, survivors! How's it going? I'm your host, Douglas here at Dromboy Productions, bringing you another Screaming Ghostface Collector's video. And I'm happy to announce to you all that today we're going to be taking a look at what is probably so far my best score of the Halloween season. And I'm happy to announce that today we're going to be taking a look at what is definitely my luckiest finds so far of this Halloween season. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right in. So far this season, I've done quite a bit of looking around, going to different Spirit Halloweens, Ultimate Parties, Party City, any various other place in between that might have random Halloween stuff to check out for you all. However, I haven't really picked up too many items this year. There are quite a few new Ghostface items that I'm definitely interested in picking up, but just overall, there hasn't been anything super cool or crazy vintage that I've come across, at least until now. Now, as most things tend to be here on the channel, these are not local scores. I very seldom, if ever, find anything horror or Halloween related, much less anything cool Ghostface related, worth even picking up. But these were some lucky eBay scores this season, and I'm definitely excited to add these. Alright, enough being cryptic, let's go ahead and get this thing started with one of the rarest Ghostface mask variants to ever be produced. Here we have an unfortunately untagged copy, but still nonetheless a nice cryptic gauze Ghostface. Now, for those of you who are Screaming Ghostface collectors, you absolutely know what this style is. It is one of the most sought after and well-loved Ghostface mask styles out there, and luckily I found this one for a pretty reasonable price here on eBay, and I went ahead and picked it up alongside another mask. The other mask, also being a Fun World mask, here we have the male vampire. This is one that Fun World released in polyester shroud and cotton shroud. This one does happen to be a polyester shroud copy. However, this cryptic is absolutely a fantastic score. And I love these masks. They are some of my favorite variants. I'm sure I've already said that, but I'm just reiterating. I think these are super cool. And some of you may think that you recognize these because recently Fun World did kind of bring these back. It's technically a newer version with new materials. The way that it's finished is new entirely. But they have released recently the Crypt Creature, which is entirely different from the Cryptic Gauze. The mask that Fun World released recently is called the Crypt Creature, and it is definitely a bit different. I do think the original is far superior, but those new ones are definitely awesome, just in general as a cool Ghostface mask. And of course, if you can't find one of these or can't afford one of these, they're definitely a great option. I guess I'll show you guys some of the details on this version so you can see how different they are from the newer ones. The newer masks are essentially just a standard black polyester EU mask with some kind of gauze-like material glued to the top, and it's cut into strips. These, however, feature a different polyester shroud. These are much longer than your standard shrouds. They also have browns and grays kind of airbrushed onto the shroud material. The standard tassels are missing entirely, and oddly enough, this is one of the weirdest options for these. They open up in the front, under the chin. So instead of it being open in the back, they open in the front. That's a bit of an odd one, but still it's a really, really cool look. And then of course we do have the cryptic gauze itself, or creepy cloth, whatever you want to call it. And personally, I just think this stuff looks so much better. The way that it rolls up on itself and creates these nice little dangly strands of different thicknesses and stuff like that, it just looks so awesome. And I don't think I mentioned it, but this mask in particular is not for me. This one is going to a good friend of mine, Jeremy, who you guys have heard mentioned many, many times here on the channel before. And Jeremy actually ended up working out a deal with me to let me get the tag copy that he had after mine got lost in the mail doing a deal with someone. Ever since then, I have kept the original tag copy, and he's been looking for a cryptic gauze ever since. I told him I'd be able to find him one and find him one for a reasonable price, and it looks like I was able to do so. So if anything, this is more so Jeremy's score than mine, but it is still something I found. I'm happy to share it here with you all, and I may even have to just wear this thing for some photos, since it's untagged already. It just has to be one of the coolest Ghostface mask variants ever produced in my opinion. Alright, and that's the first half down, and I honestly don't know if the Cryptic Gauze is rarer than what we're about to take a look at, but I know the Cryptic Gauze is definitely more loved. But without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at another incredibly rare Ghostface variant. Guys, I am so excited because I have already added a cryptic in the past. Those are still really, really awesome to see in person anytime they pop up. But this is one that I have been after for a couple of years now. I've already completed one half of this mission, and now I'm happy to say I've completed mostly the other half. Here we have the green glowing blood Ghostface costume. Guys, I am so excited to finally have one of these here in hand. I have been looking for one of these, like I said, for a couple of years now. For those of you who don't know, the green glowing blood costume is essentially one of your standard bleeding mask costumes, but the fluid that was included with it is more akin to like glow stick fluid instead of just your standard fake blood. And they did release these in a red variant and a green variant. Both of them are incredibly hard to find, so if you ever do come across those while you're out in the wild, I definitely recommend picking them up. They also did release these in a couple of different ways. You could pick them up as a full costume kit, as you see here, or you could get them individually as just a glowing blood mask. Now, I don't think that at this point I've ever seen an individually packaged green glowing blood Ghostface mask. I'm almost certain that it does exist, but I've just personally never seen one. I do already own one of the red ones, even though the packaging is open on it, it's still complete, and I do have a red glowing blood costume. So now with the green one, I at least have the costume versions complete. So still looking for the mask variant, but as far as the full costume, I'm so happy to finally have this set complete. Not only is this the coolest bleeding variant that they've ever released in my opinion, but these are extremely underappreciated. I would love to see the glowing blood come back modern day. I don't know if there's any health issues potentially with it. I don't know if that's why they were discontinued or if they just weren't too popular. I guess one thing is that after you get the use one time out of it glowing, it's not really going to glow anymore. So that kind of stinks. However, it is still a really cool costume, and when you do get to use the glowing effect, it is so cool. I'll give you guys a little bit better look at the packaging. The packaging on these is absolutely my favorite part of them, beyond the fact that it's just a really cool costume variant. So let's go ahead and take a look. Bleeding mask included, eerie green blood glows for hours. Green blood glows in the dark, and it says included, hooded robe, fabric gloves, animated bleeding mask, heart-shaped blood pump, a glow blood, and belt. It doesn't look like it has too crazy of a write-up. It does say the bleeding mask drips and dribbles theatrical glow blood. Exciting new design features animated flowing blood that trickles and oozes for everyone to see. Concealed hand heart pump allows blood to be pumped through mask for a realistic effect. So not a whole lot of the cool, fun little write-ups that Fun World typically does put on some of their earlier products, but still, this thing is so sick. Now, unfortunately, for those of you who are interested in seeing this thing work, I will not be opening this thing and I will not be using it. Everything is still complete in here. It has been unused, even though it has been opened, so I'm going to go ahead and keep it that way. But I do want you all in the comments section to let me know, which mask from today's video do you prefer, or which one would you rather have? The awesome green glowing blood, or the ever eerie cryptic gauze Ghostface mask? Both are very rare. Both are pretty awesome variants, but let me know which one is your favorite in the comment section down below. And with that being said, I think that pretty much does it for today's video. Not a whole lot of additions, but what we added today were definitely two huge pieces in the Screaming Ghostface collecting world. Of course, only one of the Ghostface masks is for me, but for the one that I was searching for that I added to my collection, I am so extremely stoked. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you did. I'll have some more spooky content coming your way very soon. I love you all. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.